And I didn't watch the Oscars really much at all, which probably shouldn't be surprising since I'm not saying this to be rude, but I don't think there are many people under 40 who really watch the Oscars. But something did happen there that I wanted to talk about, which is obviously the what I was mentioning a little bit earlier. In the category of best animated short is what it was. In the Shadow of the Cypress won, and I feel like most people, and I'm not saying this to be rude either, but I never really heard of this short, and don't really know anything about what it's about. But I mean, I don't know. Apparently, it was good enough to win, so that's something. So I'm not talking bad about it too much. And I mean, I don't know. I don't see a lot of animated shorts though, so maybe there's not much competition. But whatever. I mean, I guess they found enough to have the category, so maybe that's something. But yes, that was the winner in that category. Now the two directors, and I'm probably going to say their names wrong, so I'm sorry about that. Hossein Maliemi and Shirin Sohani took the stage to accept the award, and they proceeded to give one of the weirdest acceptance speeches I've seen in recent times. So originally they said they're originally from Iran and they just got to LA that day. So their English wasn't the best, as they said. Although that's not one of the things I'm talking about when I'm criticizing the speech. So it's not like a xenophobic type thing or anything like that. Just criticizing them because English isn't their first language. But anyway, the speech when they got into reading the speech, it was from one phone. And once Sohani started, she only read a few lines before. For some reason, she said it was her husband's turn, but he refused to take it back and read anymore. So I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why if they're planning to read from the same speech and they're going to read it from a phone, they didn't just both bring their phones and read at the same time. If they even have two phones, I mean, I would assume they do. I mean, they were able to make a animated short good enough to win an Oscar, so I'd assume they have money enough for at least two phones. But I guess that wasn't the case, or something. I don't know. But anyway, he refused to take it, and I that was she just kept reading. So anyway, she started reading like a little bit, but then Molly Emmy decided she wasn't doing good enough job or something for some reason, and he just took the phone and read the rest of it himself, which was pretty rude, to see that and take it like that. And I thought she was doing an all right job. She was reading all of it, and even if she was messing up a little bit or messing up some words, I don't even know if that was what was happening necessarily. I mean, again, English isn't their first language, so I thought he would be kind of sympathetic to that from her, but whatever, I guess not. And it wasn't good enough by his estimate, so he took the phone and he basically though just read everything she said like verbatim again. And I noticed the audience was pretty silent when he did it, so I guess maybe they weren't too enthusiastic for the speech anymore after that little party trick, which wouldn't be surprising. Or maybe they just were kind of intrigued to why he was just reading the same thing she just said over again. There didn't really seem to be much of a reason for it. And I think there was like one sentence left after all that. So he took the phone back to read everything she said again, plus one sentence. But, all right, whatever. I mean, when you're doing stuff like that, you end up with a speech nearly as long as Adrian Brody's or something. Uh, but anyway, then he read it all over again, and then they just kind of left. But I don't know. I kind of thought they put a damper on the speech, how he would just read everything like that again and just take the phone. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't really see the movie, and a lot of people seem to be upset about the speech. So for people who haven't seen the movie, it probably put a bad taste in their mouth already. Because I don't know if since the directors are from Iran, I don't know if there's any sort of cultural difference where just interrupting your wife by taking her phone and reading what she was saying is like a normal thing to do, an accepted thing to do. But I don't know. I mean, over here it's not, and it's that's probably something they might have wanted to learn before doing the speech. And anyway, I didn't watch the Oscars, and there wasn't as much controversy as previous Oscars. At least it seemed like where people do things that people don't like, or there's some speech that has some controversial line or whatever. It wasn't as bad as past years, at least in my opinion. So, but while it was kind of a dumb incident, though, I mean, no one got slapped or physically hurt this time. So, surprisingly enough, it's actually a step up from previous Oscars.